Hello students, we are here again with a new chapter in your literature book. It so happened, chapter number 7, and it's an open window. Why the title of the chapter? Because this particular chapter rotates around the open window, where there are three characters, a middle-aged man who has a bad nerve. Now, bad nerve doesn't mean bad nerve. Bad nerve means who is very stressed out, panicked, who gets panic attacks, or who has some such conditions which does not make him feel normal. He perspires in the small little things. He get nervous. So all these things are called the bad nerves. And then he retires. He leaves his work and go to the country for cure. Now, country here does not mean the nation. Country here means the outskirts of the city, where the atmosphere is very calm, cool, serene. Where there are beautiful green meadows, colorful meadows, green fields, grasslands, where you look and you feel very peaceful and very calm near to the nature. So in English terminology, country means desi. Okay, so and one of his family friends help him to go there and get contacts, because he is unknown to this place and the family friend knows that place, and that's where the story revolves around. Then there is one teenage girl who is very quick to imagine story and iterate. Iterate means bolna. And iterate the story in such a way that people think, oh, this is a true story, while it's completely a lie, while it's completely imaginary. But the way she tells that, people gets really frightened up, and most of the time she does that making it a horror. Horror means making it look like very giving a goosebumps, like रोंगटे खड़े कर देने वाला type से. That's what she used to do, and she was excellent in doing so. So let's begin with the chapter here. My aunt will be down presently, Mr. Nuttall, said a very self-possessed young lady of 15. Self-possessed means अपने आप में बहुत ज़्यादा confident रखने वाली young lady who was of 15 years age. She was a teenager, and in that meantime you must try and put up with me. So that's what she's saying, that until my auntie is coming here, you can put up with me. That means you can put up with me means मेरे साथ बात कर सकते हैं. You can talk to me. Okay. Frampton Nuttall endeavoured to say something which should duly flatter the knees of the moment, without unduly discounting the aunt that was to come. So this gentleman, Frampton Nuttall, who have come to the countryside to be cured, he try hard to achieve something and say something with which, and he was completely flattered, means he was completely swammed up. He get flattered means he believed that little girl, and unduly discounting the aunt that was to come. So he engaged himself with this little girl, and completely got mixed up and swammed up, forgetting that his aunt is still to come. Okay. Privately, he doubted more than ever whether these formal visits of succession of total stranger would do much towards helping the nerve cure which he was supposed to be undergoing. Now, privately means quietly, deep within inside him, this gentleman, Frampton Nuttall, was doubting continuous formal visit of a succession of total stranger. So he was doubting that I do not know how will this help me, meeting a stranger who will help me cure my nerve. How will that be possible? How is that possible? So he is very suspectable about it, and he does not want to believe that some stranger can help him cure the nerve. Okay. Now, I know how it will be, his sister had said when he was preparing to migrate to this rural retreat. Rural retreat means You know, rural retreat? Rural retreat is the area where it's not urban, not a city or a town, a village kind of an area, like countryside. Okay, so when he was preparing to come to this countryside or to this village side, there he could get more calm, he's less stressed out, he doesn't get any tension or he doesn't get any anxiety or things like that. When he was preparing for that, one of his sister helped him. You will bury yourself down there and not speak to a living soul, and your nerve will be worse than ever from mopping. So his sister said that, I know because of your bad condition, what you are going through and trying to treat. Because of that bad condition, you will not speak to anyone, you will be afraid, and you will bury yourself down is a way of speaking, a figure of speech. Means you will hide yourself, you will not expose yourself, and you will become more worse in the lonely moment or being more lonely. I shall just give you a letter to introduction to all the people I know there. Some of them, as far as I can remember, were quite nice. So now she's saying, his sister is saying that I can give you a letter because she knows some people, and they will be helping you, and they will keep an eye on you, and they will keep asking about your good or bad, and you should contact them, and they are very nice people, and they will help you. So what her sister Frampton wondered whether Miss Sappleton, the lady to whom he was presenting one of the letters of introduction, came into the nice division. So Sappleton, Mrs. Sappleton is one of the person whom his sister knows, Mr. Frampton's Nuttall's sister knows, and she gave one letter to Miss Sappleton telling that, oh, in that village there is one Mrs. Sappleton and she will help you. I'll give you the letter of introduction that he is my brother, and she will help you and in various things which you do not know anything about that village. Do you know many of the people around there? Asked Denise when she judged that they had sufficient silent communication. Hardly a soul, said Frampton. My sister was staying here some 4 years ago, and she gave me letter of introduction to some of the people here. So, do you know many of the people around here? That is what Mr. Sappleton is asking. So what he did is, now when Mr. Frampton knocked the door, a young little girl came out of the door, and Mr. Nuttall gave a letter to this girl and said, and then the girl said, when she judged that they had sufficient silent communication, after some time she called Mr. Nuttall inside, and they were sitting quiet, but the girl cannot keep quiet, and then she broke out the communication, or broke out the conversation, and what she said is, hardly a soul, Mr. Frampton. My sister was staying here some 4 years ago, and she gave me a letter of introduction to some of the people here. So Mr. Frampton said, yes, my sister was staying here 4 years ago, and she gave this letter to me, and I want to meet your mama maybe, or your aunt. He made a last statement in tone of a distinct regret, and then tone of a distinct regret means why he was regretting, because it was taking a little time, and because he wanted to express that he is going through some troublesome time with his bad nerve. Then you know practically nothing about my aunt, persuaded the self-possessed young lady. So this young lady, she said, if you have come here to treat your bad nerve, then I guess you do not know anything about her. I do not, since you do not know anything about her, and because someone has given you a letter, then you don't know my aunt. So that's what she's trying to say. Only her name and you only know her name, and you only know her address. That's what the caller means Mr. Nuttall Frampton. He said, Frampton Nuttall, he said, yes, I only know her name and I only know the address, because this letter was addressed in her name and her address is given here. So I only know that much about her. He was wondering whether Mrs. Sappleton was in the married or widowed state, and an undefinable something about the room seemed to suggest masculine habitation. So, well, when Mr. Nuttall was sitting there, so he was wondering whether Miss Sappleton, to whom he is supposed to meet, whether she is a widow or she is a married woman. But when he observed around, he felt that there are some men in the family. Masculine habitation means masculine means related to men or male. That means it was suggesting that there are some men in the family, and then that means she might be married or she might not be widowed. Her great tragedy happened just 3 years ago, said the child. Now, this child, 15 years old child, is observing, and then she is observing that, oh, Mr. Nuttall is able to see that some men are there, and she's immediately cooked some story, imaginary, and she said, oh, she has gone through some kind of a tragedy, and that tragedy happened 3 years ago. That would be since your sister's time. So it would means his sister was living there for 4 years. So it was just 3 years, like kind of her sister's time, when her sister might also have been there in that village. So that tragedy happened. Her tragedy, asked Mr. Frampton. So what Mr. Frampton is asking, what tragedy? I mean, has she gone through some kind of a tragedy? Somehow his soul restful country spot tragedies seem out of place. So what this girl is saying, yes, this country is so peaceful, so restful, but this tragedy is out of this place. I mean, it does not happen in this place, and something weird has happened. You may wonder why we keep that window wide open on an October afternoon. That said Denise, indicating a large French window that opened onto the lawn. So this window was very large, and that opened towards the lawn, and this girl, while sitting there, she pointed out that, oh yes, this window opened has something to do with the tragedy which has happened with Mrs. Sappleton. Now notice one thing, the addressing is Mrs. Sappleton, and still this girl is making some kind of a story here. So it is quite warm for the time of the year, said Frampton, but has that window got anything to do with the tragedy? So Mr. Hampton is asking, yes, I know it's very warm. This month of October is very warm, but what has that window got to do with that tragedy? Is it something related to the tragedy which has happened 3 years ago? Out through the window 3 years ago to a day, her husband and 2 young brothers went off for their day's shooting. So these people, they used to go for shooting, hunting and shooting. So they went there, and they said 3 years ago, there's the 3 people, one was her husband and 2 were her younger brother. They all went for a shooting, and they never came back. And in crossing the moor means meshy place, जिसे दलदल बोलते हैं. In crossing the moor to their favorite shooting ground, they were all 3 engulfed in the treacherous piece of bog. What is the treacherous piece of bog? Treacherous means dangerous. Piece of bog means, bog is a marshland. दलदल में, उस dangerous दलदल में धंसते चले गए वो लोग. Okay, while they were going to the shooting place, उनका favorite shooting place पे when they were going, there was a very dangerous kind of a दलदल जिसमें वो धंसते चले गए, and then they never returned back. Okay, it had been a dreadful wet summer, और वो उस वक्त का बहुत ही खौफनाक गरम और वेट मीन्स गीला समर था, मतलब गर्मी भी थी, और because it was wet, that's why that daldal was formed, or that moor or that treacherous bog of land was formed, and they got into that. The place that was safe in other years gave way suddenly without warning. The bodies were never recovered. That was the dreadful part of it. Here the child's voice lost its self-possessed note and became flatteringly human. Now, when she was telling all these stories to this gentleman, his voice become a little flattering. Means flattering means how do you say flattering? Means not very serious, okay, but flattery. Her voice become really flattery. And then poor aunt always think that they will come back someday. So then she's saying, मेरी poor auntie जो है Mrs. Stapleton, she always think that they will come back someday, and they and the little brown spaniel that was lost with them. Spaniel is a species of a dog, a small dog, that was lost with them. So when they went for the hunt, these three people, a dog was also there, and all the four people, three men and one dog was lost, and they never returned back, and walked in at that window just as they used to do. So that's what she's saying, that my aunt is like a little cranky. She has gone a little imbalanced. She always keep that window open because they went out from that window and come back from that window, and she thinks that all these three people will one day with their dog come back again, and that's why she keep that window, that big huge French window, open. That is why the window is kept open every evening till it is quite dusk. So that's why dusk means शाम का time, गोधली जिसे बोलते हैं. So she's telling that my aunt keep that window open because whenever they used to, these three men and one spaniel used to go to hunt, they will always come back from that window, and that's why aunt keep that window open. Her husband with his white waterproof coat, coat over his arm, so that's what her husband was wearing, a white waterproof coat over their arm, and Ronnie, her youngest brother, singing Bertie, why do you pound? So this is how Mrs. Stapleton's younger brother used to tease her sister, saying, Bertie, how do you bound? How do you bound? Okay, this is the way of teasing. As he always did to tease her, because she said it got on her nerve. Do you know, sometimes on still quiet evenings like this, I almost get a creepy means डरावनी सी feeling, creepy feeling that they will all walk in through that window. So she's again trying to terrify Mr. Frampton, saying that often means अक्सर मुझे शाम के समय ऐसा लगता है, बड़ी भयानक सी फीलिंग होती है कि वो लोग अभी इस विंडो में से वापस लौट के आएंगे. So this is the first part of the chapter which we read. We will it will get a little longer, students, so we will read the rest part of the chapter in part 2. So let's end it up here, and we'll continue with the chapter in the coming video.